What's up, guys? We're back at Jones Subwoofer Solutions. Got another amp dyno for you. It was a viewer request. We have the Seismic Audio 1500.1L, the SA1500.1L, and the only rating that they gave me in the manual was 1500 watts at 1 ohm. So we'll see what this thing does at 4, 2, and 1 ohm. So go ahead, drop your guesses now. Let me know what you guys think it'll do, and I'll catch you over on the dyno. We'll see. See you in a minute. Alright guys, welcome to the JSS dyno. We're back on the bench for the second time this week. Do apologize that I missed a video last week, but as promised, I got two for you. So this is the Seismic Audio 1500.1L. It is rated 1500 watts at 1 ohm. And we're going to start by testing Certified. Certified will stop reading once it hits 1% distortion or clipping. Uncertified will be next. And Uncertified will keep reading even if the dyno sees distortion or clipping. And then we'll do Dynamic last, where Dynamic is a burst track of 40 Hertz. So with that said, let's get started. We're going to do Certified. And we're starting at 4 ohms. Again, there was no rating for this in the manual, so we'll see what it does. We're at 14.81 volts starting, and here we go. We got 556 watts into 4 ohms. We dropped to 14.74 volts. Not bad for a 1500 watt amp. Reset my meter here and we'll continue on with 2 ohms. Again, no rating for 2 ohms. This is going to be a mystery. And we're at 14.77 volts starting. I don't have any chargers on. Here we go. 2 ohms on the Seismic Audio 1500. Got 937 watts into 2 ohms. We dropped to 14.64 volts. So not bad at all. We will reset this one more time. We'll continue to 1 ohm. It does say it'll do 1500 watts up to 2200 watts peak. So I haven't seen an amp do its peak number yet. We'll see if this does it. But we're looking for at least 1500 watts. We're at 14.72 volts starting. Here we go. Seismic Audio 1500. Not quite. We got 1,339 watts into 1 ohm. Dropped to 14.5 volts. So close, but not close enough. 1,300 watts out of a 1500 watt amp. We'll see maybe in Uncertified when it has just a little bit of distortion present. Maybe it'll do a little better. So we're going to go to Uncertified. Again, the dyno will keep reading on Uncertified even if there is distortion or clipping. We're at 14.81 volts. Here we go. Starting at 4 ohms. Got 598 watts into 4 ohms, dropping to 14.7 volts. So we'll go back, try 2 ohms. We're at 14.75 volts. Here we go, Uncertified into clipping at 2 ohms. Got over 1,000 watts, got 1,013 watts into 2 ohms, dropping to 14.58 volts. And last for Uncertified, we're going to do 1 ohm. Again, it was rated 1500 watts. We're at 14.72 volts. Let's see what it has. There we go, we got 1500 watts at the end there. 1518 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.44 volts. So it did it, but it did take a little bit of clipping to do so. Let's see now how it does on the burst track in dynamic mode. We're going to do the same thing. We'll start at 4 ohms. 4 ohms burst. And starting at 4 ohms, here we go. We're at 14.79 volts. Be it. 590 watts into 4 ohms, dropping to 14.7 volts. So now we'll proceed with 2 ohms. We're at 14.75 volts. Here we go. Burst track on the Seismic Audio 1500. Looks like that's it. 1032 watts into 2 ohms, dropped to 14.58 volts. And lastly, 1 ohm burst. I think we'll see 1500 watts. We're at 14.7 volts. Here we go. Not too bad. All right, we'll call it there. 1,635 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.5 volts. So that is it for the dyno testing on the Seismic Audio SA1500L. Give me just a minute, and I'll post the results, and then I'll catch you back on the bench for a look inside the amp. Thanks, guys. All right, and we're back. Got the back of the SA1500.1L opened. We can get a look inside of it. And honestly, I don't see a whole lot going on in this amp, but that's what we got. Seismic Audio 1500. So let's take a look at the end caps. On this end, you've got 10 gauge or so speaker outputs. Notice that the positive is on the inside of the amp as opposed to the outside. Usually those are flipped. And you do have 1/0 power and ground with 10 gauge or so remote wire. And then on the other end, it has a power and protect light. It has a plug for the bass remote. Has input and output, a pass-through, and your gain knob. Low pass filter goes from 40 to 180 hertz. The subsonic or high pass filter can be turned off up to 50 hertz. There's an adjustable bass boost from 30 to 80 hertz and 0 to 12 dB. Put this back down. That is the Seismic Audio 1500. It's a good looking amp on the outside. I think it leaves a little to be desired on the inside. And one last thing to note, it does come with one of these smaller bass knobs. Turn that so you can see it. That has a phone cord on one end and a headphone jack on the other, which isn't my favorite style of bass knob. But there you have it, guys. That's the Seismic Audio 1500. Let me know what you guys think of the amp. Let me know what you guys think of the video. As always, if you have any requests or suggestions, drop them now. Let me know what you guys want to see. And I want to thank all of you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. That does me a lot of good if you guys could hit that. Then hit the bell so that you know when we post a new video. Make sure you like the video. And again, I thank you guys. I'll see you next time.